Hey everyone, and welcome back to another deck profile for Bonney of set 8 of the One Piece trading card game. My name is Pecan. Hope you're having a great day. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe because I've been trying to make Bonney the best she can be in set 8. I think there's a lot of great support and I've been loving the deck. I've been playing a lot in set 7. I've changed it a bit from some of your comments in the last set 8 video I did, and hopefully it'll run a little bit smoother. It's very similar to my set 7 build now, where we're primarily focusing on searching for our Supernova cards and looking just to mulligan maybe for some of our other pieces that we need. With the addition of a lot of the Zoe, like the Minx card, it is a lot to have two different searchers, when we have so many different archetypes in the deck. So just trying to make it a little bit more consistent in at least one regard. We can no longer search for our 10-drop Dofi. So let's get into the leader. If you're not familiar, when an opponent attacks, once per turn, resting one Don, you can rest one of their leader or characters. We're a 5-life green leader, 5k power, Supernova type, and Bonney Pirates. So getting into the deck list, we have 4 of our Cavendish, the 5-cost 6k power 1k counter. On play when attacking, if he's the only Cavendish on the board and your leader has Supernova types, which we do, you may restand 2 Don as active, which is great. Getting back 2 active Don is just so good to be Don efficient with so many of our plays. We need 1 Don for our lead ability, so definitely great to have on the board. Next, we've got one of our 2k counters, Scratch Metapoo, the EBO1, 4 copies of this. Searchable 2k counter from our 2 different Supernova searchers, so just a 2k counter really. Next, we got 3 Ezo. Definitely can come into play. There's still a lot of 4-cost blockers that are in the meta, so it's a 2k counter, not searchable, but resting one of our opponents 4 or less can come into play a lot. So definitely 3 copies is pretty good. I don't need a ton of it because it is very situational, where I'll need this in addition to where like Hody wouldn't just do the job already, but it's a 2k counter and it can come up quite a lot. So we got 4 copies actually of our 10-drop Doflamingo. On play, a total of 3 of your opponent's rested characters or leaders will not become active during the next refresh phase. This deck does a lot of stalling while we establish our bigger bodies. So freezing 3 of their characters or leader, like it's great. Again, we can't search it, but the fact that we have 4 copies, we'll probably find it. Anything you've got a 4 of in a deck, you're more than likely to find it at least once. Especially with searching so much, we'll at least know what we're going through. So 4 copies of Hody Jones, one of the best Rush green characters. There is 7 Don, 8k power, Rush on play. Rest a total of 2 of your opponent's characters or Don, and then add the top card of your life to your hand. You can still use this if you have no life, and we all kind of have no life. We're playing the One Piece trading card game, hey, but if you have no life, you still get the resting 2 characters or Don. Great in any mirror match when they are leaving up a Don for their leader ability, or anybody that's leaving up a Don for a counter event, or just resting 2 blockers. Next, we got 2 copies of the 9-drop Zoro, 9k power, basically able to swing 3 times per turn. He can swing, and then when attacking, you may rest a Don to send him as active, so he can swing again. And then he has an activate main for resting 2 Don. He can restand himself a 3rd time, so 3 swings per turn. Great way to close out games. Next, I got 3 copies of Rouge, the 4-cost 5k blocker, 1k counter. End of your turn, set one of your Don as active. I was running this at 2 before my last video, but I think 3 is still very good. We do have just Supernova searchers now, so more than likely to find him. So if you did want to cut down 1 copy here to make room for something else, definitely probably could still make it work with 2. Next, we got 2 of the 5-drop Bonney, 6k power, 1k counter. On play, one of your opponent's characters or Don don't become active during their next refresh phase. Again, being able to freeze any body is pretty good. A Don is really great for any, Black Yellow Luffy matchup. Any deck that's going into their like 8, 9, 10 Don turn, being able to keep them off of that just slightly can help a lot. Keep out those big bodies for 1 extra turn. Next, we've got one of my favorite cards in the deck and probably one of the best ones, the Hawkins Basil Hawkins, 6 cost, 7k power. He gains blocker because we have Supernova in our type for our leader. And then once per turn, if he were to be removed from play by one of your opponent's effects, you may instead rest one of your opponent's characters. Now in set 8, there are a lot more ways to get rid of him. However, still a very sticky body. 7k power is still really great. Next, we got 4 copies of the new Carrot. 5 cost, 6k power, 1k counter. On play when attacking, up to one of your opponent's rested cost 7 or less characters do not become active during their next turn. Refresh phase. So the when attacking is really great. You know, being able to lock down a 7 cost. It does miss, you know, any 8 cost body, which there are a lot of in the meta. You know, Gecko Moria, Isho. These things do escape it by 1 cost, but still is a pretty good card. Next, we've got 3 copies of Pedro, the new blocker, 4 cost, 5k power, 1k counter. Blocker, and then on KO, choose one of the following. Rest one of your opponent's Don, or KO one of their rested cost 6 or lower characters. That is it's a pretty good, you know, being able to KO a 6 or less is pretty good. But also a Don, like if they're not paying attention, it could throw them off their plan for the rest of their turn. You know, they might not be able to play out a character they were thinking of. Just a pretty decent blocker. Next, we've got 4 of the Bonney Searchers. 1 Don, rest the Don, look at top 5 for a Supernova. Again, we are focusing more on searching for Supernova in this package. So just the Bonney, no Baby 5. Skipping ahead, we do have the more Pizza Searcher, 2 copies. So we still have 6 Searchers in the deck. This is main for 1 Don. Look at the top 5 of your deck, reveal 1 card with Supernova type other than more Pizza. So 6 Searchers for Supernova cards. Next, we've got 3 copies of the other Scratch Man Apu 2k counter, just a searchable 2k counter. Next, we got 2 copies of the 0 cost event. Whoever wins this war becomes justice. Trash a card, gain 3k power during the battle for your leader character. We do run a lot of bricks, so honestly, could bump this up to 3, maybe cut out in a Rouge back to 2, but it's decent at 2. I'd say we have a lot of 2k counters, a lot of blockers. We're not running the 8-drop kit in this, which does hurt a bit, but we have so much stalling tools that it kind of makes up for it in a way. I do kind of want to try out the 8-drop kid still. Next, we've got 2 copies of the new event 3 Don. All of your opponents rested characters with the cost of 7 or less do not become active during their next refresh phase. Again, so many ways to stall out. It's kind of crazy. That is the deck list. Again, a few changes from the last video. Let me know what you think. Anything you would change, and let's get into some games. Okay, Kalgara. See, we've got the 10 drop. We've got 2k. We are going first. So I honestly might mulligan this because we have no turn 3 play. And we don't have a lot of pieces that we need. Yeah, that's a little bit better. A little bit better. We've got Hody. We've got Carrot. We've got 2 Hodies. So let's search, pick up the Hawkins for sure. Go 6 at life. Even if they don't have anything on board, still leaving up 1 Don requires them to correctly sequence things. So he uses El Thor a little bit early for that, but hey, that's fine. If it was a dead card in your hand now, like, or later, you, I guess, want to use it now. So he plays out the Ohm, picks no cards to draw, but he has the Holly. Okay. I think right now we'll go 6 at life, play out a Rouge. Cool, he takes. And then next turn we can play out Carrot, kind of lock down their board a bit. Hopefully we'll only go down to 4 life this turn. Okay, plays out the Wiper. Okay, it gets the upper yard. And the upper yard gets him another Ohm. Ooh, he's going wide. He's going real wide. 6. We will use our ability. Use card action, rest. And he's playing out the Wiper. Okay. Gets rid of the stage. Gets the Kalgara. Okay, no blocker. Boom, bam. Plays out this upper yard. And I think we'll take the 5 swing from Holly if he swings. Yep. Okay, we get a 2K counter. That's great. So another carrot. We can go 7 at life. I don't want him to be able to use leader ability so safely. So swinging big, you know, now he's at 2 life. So he has to have the Nolan Kalgara combo, which he very much might. But now we just freeze that guy. So even though he's got the 1K power from being at 2 life, it doesn't matter because he's frozen. So yep, wide board, but... Ooh. We will rest you. Um, 1K. Take. And Nolan to heal. Okay. The good part about this is I can play out 2 carrots, so hopefully we only have to deal with 1 swing, or 2, I guess. Okay, so he buffs up to 8. Need to kill, hold it, and freeze you. So we do that, we do this, freeze that one, restand. Okay. It's a bit rough, we're only at 3 life. So 2 swings out of this. Maybe we can defend carrot. 10 Don though. Do I rest him so he can't leader ability? I think so. And then maybe we block out. But I can't defend the next swing. Like if Nolan goes, but maybe he doesn't want to commit too much Don for another play, you know? Okay, so yeah. 4 down left, maybe he... What's he grabbing from that? He got Kalgara. Okay, yeah, no, he gets it. He gets it. I don't know if I'm safe to 9 Zoro. You know, like I can swing 6 into something. He's got such a big hand. Such a big hand. I've only got 3K in counter. I can basically do what I did last turn and freeze 2 of his bodies, swinging the life. But he's got 1 Don up, so he can go up to 8K probably. One of your opponent's characters plus 2,000 battle. Then if your opponent has 2 or less life. Okay, but I know he has a different, I believe, event that goes 3,000. No? So he won't be able to Elthor for 4, but he can do 2. What do I want to play? If I play out Zoro, do I just die the next turn? Because I can swing. Let's 5 into nothing. Everything is very big. He has 6 swings. He'll have 5 because I locked something down. Should I be greedy? I mean, I can lock down his 8K body, which is really good. Lock him down first and foremost. We might be able to survive. You never know. I don't feel like I have a better option. Don't feel like I have a better option. He's got a very big hand. I do too, but I have a lot of bricks. He doesn't know that though. But if I play out the 9-drop Zoro, he's essentially knows that he has to go for game probably that turn. But I don't really see a better option. I might have been able to split, used Hody to rest his Don, and then swung in for life, but he had such a big hand. So let's try it. If we lose, we lose. We win, right? Just kind of testing out the deck. So let's see. He's a 7, 7, 6, 6. Okay, yeah, no, he's kind of scary. He's a kind of scary guy. He's swinging. If he swings a carrot first, we might have a chance. But if I'm him, I'm going for game right now. It is a little scary, though, from his perspective. We are still at 3 life, and we have 6 cards in hand. 1 Don up for leader ability. He's got 5 swings, so 4 of them have to go through. essentially, unless he has a rush card, which he might have the 5 cost ace, which would get rushed now because he's at 2 life, or the 10 drop ace. 10 drop ace is way better for me because I can counter out of 2 of the swings, you know, but then he but then he wouldn't be able to heal. Right. A lot of possibilities. It's not as over for us as I thought. So 7, we'll rest the other 7 and we'll take, that hurts. So we can counter out of a 7. So he needs a rush card now, which, yeah, he could definitely have. What am I thinking if I'm him? He's got to have the rush, right? If he swings into carrot, though, we're definitely safe. He's playing out for, what was that, 4? Maybe, was it the other wiper that gets the stage? Oh, no, Bonney. Interesting. Okay. I think we got it. I can rest his 2 Don to get rid of... Yeah, that sucks that it wasn't like a counter or anything. Is that the smartest move? Rest 2 Don so he can't use the events? Think so, probably. We'll see. Because now I can only go 5, 8, 9, 9. Maybe got it. Because if he had 2 events, that's 2 bricks in his hand, you know? Let's just see it. He could have been bluffing with that 2 Don, you know? But, hey. They do run a lot of counter events in this. So now all of these got to go through. Honestly, I'm just surprised that I lived that last turn. Let's see. 9 and then 9. I much prefer these matches anyway, you know, when you go for it. If they got it, they got it, you know? Ah, you got it, right? GG. I just want to see if he had... He did have the Elthor, so maybe it was... GG. Maybe it was the smart move to use Hody there, you know? Because Elthor buffs him 4k. I don't think... Yeah, he might have had it. All right, we got Uta. I'm gonna mulligan. We're going second. I don't know. Sure, let's keep it. It might get way worse. It is a crazy hand to keep. The Hody isn't bad. I just want to find a Hawkins. Oh, Cavendish is good too. It feels good. We're not bottoming really anything like a carrot, you know, but at least we're not bottoming like a 10 drop or something. He got the Luffy, and we'll let that go, obviously. All right, let's see. Yeah, let's go 5, and then I guess we've seen all of these guys, so play him out, get a Don back. Next turn, probably play out Cavendish. Gets back, I'm invincible from deck. We'll take 10 drop is great. We just got to survive. Brook into Nami. No Nami effect now. Oh, we got a second 10 drop. All right, we definitely have to stall out a bit. So in the sense of stalling, do I want to Bonney now? Then you will go to 6, because then he won't be able to Luffy next turn. And then I can still swing 6 at life because I have the Arouge to restand. So 6 at life. 2k. Or no, he takes. Okay. Keeping him off that 7 Luffy feels good because he can't go super wide. Then we'll go up to 8 Don. On 8 Don, if we still have Arouge, which hopefully I will, with 8 Don, I can play out Cavendish, leaving me 3 Don left, but Cavendish's effect gives me 5, which allows me to play out a second 5 cost, so I can play out Bonney. And then with the Rouge, I still have 1 Don to restand for leader ability, which is a really good turn. Let's rest Nami so she can't search. let's take, because we don't have a lot of 2Ks. We get a 2K. Great. So he's got 5 Don left. Swing 6. We'll give a 2K. Brook into Uta. Okay. Makes sense. I don't think it's worth it to freeze a Don going into 9. So I'll probably freeze Nami. Oh no, she's restood because of Uta. Yeah, that makes sense. So let's go 5 into Brook, get a card out of hand. And then, okay, got a 2K. So no 1Ks that you want to get rid of. And we did draw a 2K, which is great. So giving us another 2K. Hand size is pretty low. So let's Cavendish. Bonney. 9 Don. There is the 9 drop Shanks. And do I really care about the 5K from Brook? Maybe not. I don't know. I have a couple of 1Ks and a 2K now, and I have a blocker. I've got Cavendish on board, so I don't need a Rouge on my 10 Don turn if I Dofi. The thing is, though, with this on board, you have to choose whether you use leader ability or Nami's ability. So we will 1K. He took Monkey D. Luffy, the 2K counter from his deck. So for life, he's still very healthy. Okay, so he just backlights to get rid of it. I don't mind giving a 1K counter for that, you know. Rather him use that than a 7. Do I counter out of this? Yeah. That's fine. So he'll restand Nami, most likely. Zoro, that's really good too right now, because that could help me go for game. Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't have... He didn't choose. Okay. Okay. Let's... Well, either way, let's swing 5 into Brook. We can stall and then play out Zoro the next turn. You know? So there's always the question of like, do I swing into the bodies to bait out a counter? But if your opponent is observant and sees that you have 10 Don up before you swing, they'll probably anticipate the 10 drop. So let's swing 6 into life. $2K, great. We knew he had that. Let's play the 10 drop now. Freeze, freeze, freeze. Uta can restand herself, I believe, with the I'm Invincible, which I don't believe she gave up yet. But that's fine. If you're using the I'm Invincible just to get out of the freeze, you know, that's way better to me than swinging twice. So we have 3 Don. I feel like I could have been more efficient there. Could have swung 7. See, that's fine. Backlight. We still have a Rouge, you know, and that's 2 backlights. No, 3. So there we go with that. So next turn we'll swing 6, 6, 10 at the board, then probably play out Zoro. And hopefully win the next turn. So 6 at Nami. He might block. If I'm him, I'm probably not turning this sideways in case I swing this into that. But a 2K counter, great. Especially now that you gave me a 2K for the first swing, because now I really could possibly go for that, but I'd rather guarantee killing something. So 10 there. I think I'm going to swing for Rouge, because let me think. I have 2 Don, 2 life, right? I have a 2K, 3. I don't know. because he blocked out immediately. He has 3 cards in hand. I don't remember what they are, but there's not a ton of bricks in this deck. I think we keep this up because he used 3 backlights. So by the chance that he has one to rest this, you know, if he's had the 4th one. Okay. 1 Don for swing. We'll 2K out of this. Rest his blocker. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll rest. Ooh, do I want to rest Nami or the 7? I'll rest the Nami because I can't let him search twice. No blocker, 1K. I can't let him get a super big hand before I go for game, you know? Let's counter out of this. I can't go too low. He grabs a Brook. Oh, and he grabbed a Katakuri from leader. So 2 1Ks so far this turn. So I know he has 2K in counter. Luckily, he doesn't have the Uta blocker, so maybe he'll swing with this. If not, got Hody. I could always Tendofi again. I don't really mind the 6K body going. 5 Don. What do you do with 5 Don? What do you do with 5 Don as Uta? Pretty sure he still does have I'm Invincible. So I know 1's a brick, 1's an event. Then 2 are 1K counters. And he's got 3 life. Okay, 2. There we go. 2 blockers. Huh. Okay. Okay. He's keeping that I'm Invincible. He's not trashing it to get rid of it. We can go clear 1 body out of board, right? And then Tendofi. Really guarantee the game. So let's try that. Right. The only thing I'm worried about is if he has the Shanks, he uses the Shanks, right? And that KOs one of our bodies. So if I freeze all of them, I think we win. I think we win because I have a blocker and I don't think he has backlight. I think he would have probably used it last turn. Let's do it. That's the thing. I feel like in a matchup like this, I kind of got to guarantee, especially since he still has 3 life. Maybe I should have swung, but I don't really want to give him the card. So if he uses I'm Invincible right now, that gives him 7 Don. Then he would have like 2 swings. Maybe have to swing with a blocker, you know, and I don't think he has the backlight to rest my blocker. I think we kind of sealed the deal with this second one. We can Hody the next turn to rest the 2 blockers, and then we have a 5. So he uses the I'm Invincible. Right, going 2 Dawn. 3. Let's rest Luffy. 4 Dawn. He can't backlight and Invincible. So I'm pretty sure I can take that. He uses, okay, the blocker Uta, the new one from the starter deck. I haven't seen this one. Trash a film type card from your hand. Give it one of your, okay, 1 rested Dawn. Okay. Yeah, so basically we're just gonna Hody, rest the 2 blockers. Okay, yeah, it was kind of overkill at that point. I get it. I'm sorry. I didn't want to, you know, just stall out the game, but I felt like I had to with 3 life, right? We could have gone for it the previous turn. I hope it wasn't a jerk move to drop the Tendofi. Maybe with the 2 blockers and no Hody, he still can survive there, you know? We need 4 hits to go through. He has 2 blockers, so that's 3 from here. Yeah, maybe he survives. He did have 2 bricks. He did have 2 bricks and then only 3K encounter, right? So yeah, I was worried about the 9-drop Shanks if I swung with Zoro and then he just kills it, right? But then he doesn't just establish any more blockers, but still, GG, good game. So yeah, I definitely think Bonney can still win some games in set 8. I think it's a very fun deck to check out. Some of the new support is great. Still a very similar feeling to set 7 with a lot of the pieces, especially with this current deck list, but some of the new pieces feel right at home in this deck. Let me know, of course, what you think of the deck list. Anything would change, add, do differently, play style, anything down in the comments. Leave a like on the video, subscribe, and I'll see you all in our next video. Bye-bye.